Well, President Donald Trump speaking with outgoing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau this morning, and we've learned he is expected to speak with him again later this afternoon around 3 p.m., as Trump confirmed on Truth Social. It comes as the countries are responding with retaliatory tariffs of their own. We got news of Mexico that's delayed for a month, so now all eyes here on Canada.
Joining us now, Brandon Arnold, the Executive Vice President of the National Taxpayers Union, and David Hebert is with the American Institute for Economic Research. Gentlemen, welcome on. Thanks for being here. I want to go to you first, Brandon. Is this just a negotiating tactic, or will Americans start to see and feel some real impacts on their wallets?
I hope it's a negotiating tactic because, listen, the stakes here are extremely high. We're playing with fire. And if we get this wrong, American consumers and our businesses could really be burned badly. I get that Canada and Mexico probably have more at stake here because their economies are more trade-based, but we still could see hundreds of thousands of jobs lost if we implement what could be the largest tax increase since World War II. So there's important objectives here that I'm hoping we can reach a deal upon so we don't have to suffer through what could be some serious economic harm.
Absolutely, yeah. The intelligent way to look at this is to look on both sides of the concerns on both sides of the positive or negative effects of this. And we have seen positive effects of this already, David, coming in this morning from Mexico. Again, this tariff imposition has been paused for 1 month in exchange for 10,000 Mexican soldiers being sent up to the border to stop illegal crossings, to stop drugs pouring in over to the United States. And it was an agreement between Mexico's president and Trump, even stating that they're continuing to work on a deal. Your thoughts there, David? Does that impact your thought on maybe where this could go now next with Canada and China?
So it does. I think it's important to underscore that Trump did rack up 2 wins with Colombia and Mexico and did get them to shift their policy using the threat of tariffs. However, as a long-term strategy, the use of tariffs as a negotiating tactic has not been met with much success, especially once we get to larger economies that are slightly less dependent on the U.S. like Canada is. So, for example, with China, it's very unlikely that we can get tough with China and get them to do new things that they haven't done already. We've been getting tough with China for 25 years at least. Every single president since 2000 has raised tariffs on China, and we still find ourselves in this problem. So I really hope that this is just a negotiating tactic and that it is bluster and that President Trump is not going to enact tariffs on the American people. Because, again, it is a tax that the American people will pay. And this is something that no Republican, to my knowledge, has ever supported, raising taxes to this degree.
But we did see some fears in the stock market and futures before they opened up this morning, dipping below 600 before coming right back up as soon as many of these tariffs were announced that they're going to be delayed. Brandon, where do you see this going specifically in regards to stocks?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are hedging their bets right now because they don't know if we're just talking tough in order to get these concessions that may be a good thing for our economy, or if these tariffs will actually take effect. And if it's the latter, if these tariffs do take effect, then I do think we're going to see a real negative hit to the stock market. And that's not a big deal just for folks on Wall Street. Of course, more than half of Americans are vested in one form or another in the stock market. So people's retirement savings could really take a hit. Let's hope it does not get to that point.
All right. Brandon Arnold and David Hebert joining us. We do appreciate that, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And President